You can dive into the ocean. You can go deep. But no one goes that deep, because there's a place so far below the surface that light itself dies before it gets there. A place where time feels slower, where even sound struggles to move, and pressure becomes more than just physical. It becomes psychological. And in that blackness, something waits. The Mariana Trench. It's not just the deepest part of the ocean. It is the deepest natural place on Earth. But calling it a place doesn't capture the gravity of it. It's more like a wound, a fracture in the skin of the planet, stretching 2,550 kilometers long and cutting through the Pacific like a scar. At its lowest point, called Challenger Deep, the trench plunges nearly 11,000 meters below sea level. That's nearly 36,000 feet. To put that in perspective, if you place Mount Everest inside it, the mountain's peak would still be over 2 kilometers underwater. That's not depth. That's planetary scale distortion. But this isn't just about measurement. It's about isolation, dread, a sense that we've crossed into somewhere we shouldn't be. Down there, pressure doesn't just crush your body. It could twist metal, distort time inside your mind, and push your senses to the brink of collapse. The weight is so intense, over 1,000 times what we experience at sea level, that a human being would be flattened before understanding what was happening. Most machines can't survive. Even data cables fray and break before making it halfway. Only a handful of manned missions have dared to descend. The Trieste in 1960, James Cameron's solo journey in 2012, a few others. But even those trips were brief, like whispered confessions into a vast and ancient void. Because the trench is not just a hole in the ocean floor. It's a threshold, a border between what we know and what we were never meant to touch. Down there, life shouldn't exist. According to everything we understand about biology, nothing should survive. And yet it does. Microorganisms thrive in hydrothermal vents that belch out toxic, scalding chemicals. Crustaceans with armor-like bodies scurry across the sediment. Amphipods with translucent shells float like drifting ghosts through the pitch-black waters. There are fish with mouths like traps, creatures with no eyes, beings with jelly flesh and bioluminescent streaks, blinking slow messages into the dark. And some things, some presences, have only ever been seen once. A shape, massive, undulating in the distance. Too large to be a whale. Too smooth in movement to be debris. Too aware to be passive. It didn't react. It didn't flee. It watched, like it already knew we were coming. And if you've made it this far into the depths, maybe you're not like most. Maybe you're drawn to the unknown, to the fear, to the pull of the abyss. So don't forget to subscribe to Revealed Mysteries, because this is only the beginning of what the deep refuses to show. Here's the part no one likes to admit. We've barely scratched the surface. 95% of the ocean is still unexplored. And the Mariana Trench? Almost all of it remains untouched by human eyes. Untouched by anything we've built. Sonar can't map it well. The walls bend sound. Drones malfunction under the weight. Instruments freeze or shut down mysteriously. And cameras? Often they return with nothing but static. Or worse, frames that seem corrupted by something moving. Not technical failure, not malfunction, interference. There are recordings, never released to the public, that end abruptly with crews shouting in panic. Engineers refusing to comment. Logbooks torn from their binders. Some reports mention scraping, knocking, rhythmic pulses on the hull that match no known species. Others mention whispers, subtle, deliberate. It could be hallucinations, the mind under stress. Or it could be contact, not from above, but from below. Mythology has warned us for millennia of creatures beneath, gods chained in the sea, trenches forbidden to cross, songs from the depths that call sailors to madness. We laugh at those stories now, but what if they weren't fiction? What if the Mariana Trench isn't just deep? What if it's sealed? A prison? A lock? A warning? What if something older than the planet's crust dreams at the bottom? A consciousness so vast it doesn't think like us, it remembers. A time before land, before mammals, before the concept of sound. What if it waits for something simple? Not worship, not war, just a knock. And someday, when that knock finally echoes through the trench, something will stir. Not a monster, not a beast, something ancient, something that once was the ocean, and could be again. So the next time you stand on a beach, looking out at the calm blue horizon, don't wonder what lives in the waves. Wonder what sleeps beneath them, in silence, in shadow, in the trench. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell to explore more terrifying truths with revealed mysteries. Because in the dark, the ocean doesn't keep secrets. It waits.